All right, welcome back to the Ja Live channel. I am, of course, Ja, and we are working our way towards the 100-day live guitar practice streams. And actually, today we are on day 61. So, thank you to everyone who's joined my journey. I greatly appreciate that every single time. And as always, you know me by now. I invite you to follow along. Don't just watch my video and skip around, but pick up your guitar. Listen to some of the tips and some of the things I say from a beginner to beginner. I know a lot of times some of these other professionals and other YouTubers out there are putting out videos on, how to do this or how to do that, but they're, 10 years experience, 20 years experience, or what have you. And they've almost kind of forgot how to kind of dial it back and explain things on a very elementary level. So anyways, that's why I'm here. So yeah, pick up your guitar. As always, I challenge you to, listen in, learn some of these tips and tricks, adopt them into your own practice exercises, and, comment below. Let me know how I'm doing and help me grow as well. I don't know everything. So like I just said, I'm very transparent. I'm a beginner myself. I'm transparent with my words. Because once I start playing, you will definitely hear it anyways. So why not? Why not be transparent? But anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. I think you can tell by the thumbnail and the title of the video, that we'd be getting into some some various spider exercises and some bending exercises, so that way we can kind of expand our tool set. So the spider exercise is good for the the accuracy and the movement around the neck. And then the bending is kind of a completely new technique that I've just kind of started trying to understand. So that'll, once really understood though, as you hear probably often in songs, bending and vibratos and things can really, make a song sound really cool. So I'm excited to learn how to do those. If you hear that, things aren't quite right or my technique's not quite right, again, please comment below. Let me know. I'm excited to, learn with you and grow together. So that's why I think on all my thumbnails, I actually say learn with me, So please, let's get into this. I'm just going to start with the spider exercise. I'm just going to do the very first, very basic exercise here. This is what I call the single string spider exercise. So you got the spiders where you work your way, from strings 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then back down from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But this time we're just going to stay on one string at a time. We'll do each string in time, but we're just going to stay on the 6th string, for example, just to start. And we want to go 1, 2, 1, 2. Sorry, let me start over. We want to go fingers 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we want to slide everything a half step, 1 fret, a semitone, if you will. And do the same pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4, slide a half step, slide a half step, slide a half step, slide a half step. Okay, and then we're going to go the other direction. We're going to go back up. And with the right hand, the picking hand, I am doing alternate picking. I'm trying to, mostly, right? But you can do all down picks. You could do all up picks if you really wanted to. But I'm focused on alternate picking most of the time. But let's go the opposite direction. So we'll do the opposite pattern. It was doing 1, 2, 3, 4 pattern this way. We'll do finger pattern 4, 3, 2, 1, go in this direction. So. All right. Now let's go to string 5 and do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4 pattern. String 3. And believe me, if I'm going too fast for you, it's okay. You watch some of these other people, and they're so much faster than myself. So if you need to slow down the video, there's always the settings in the corner that you can change, and make things faster or slower, or just rewind the video. But also, just be patient with yourself. Always, be kind to yourself. Always give yourself pats on those backs for even those little achievements and those little things that you feel yourself getting better at and hear yourself getting better at. Be proud of those things. But yeah, let's just keep on climbing, and let's just keep getting familiar with how to move around the guitar, how to slide, how to just kind of bonding with the guitar. Really, I mean, that's the best way I can really describe it. Doing the 1, 2, 3, 4 pattern. Now the first string. Single string spider climb with the 1, 2, 3, 4 pattern. Very basic. All right. So that's the single string spider climb with the 1, 2, 3, 4 pattern. Now I'm going to mix things up a little bit, and I'm going to do the let's just do the 2, 3, 1, 4 pattern. Single string. Again, remember, one string at a time. So we're going to start with the second finger. 2, 2, 3, 1, 4? 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4. Going the other direction, it's 4, 1, 3, 2. 4, 1, 3, 2, 4, 1, 3, 2, 4, 1, 3, 2. Okay. 1, 2, or no, 2, 3, 1, 4. Okay, now string 4. Again, it's a single string spider climb. First starting with the 2, 3, 1, 4 pattern. Okay, let's go to the third string. Just helping build that accuracy with fingers, right? That dexterity, that control, that accuracy. That timing. And string 1. Again, it's with the 2, 3, 1, 4 pattern. Okay. So, again, just picking another random combination. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4. We just did 2, 3, 1, 4. Just play with it. Have fun. You don't have to have it written down and do that exact same pattern every single day. Just think of one. Let's do 4, 1, 2, 3. No, that's 2. Let's do 4, 1, 3, 2. 4, 1, 3, 2. 4, 1, 3, 2. Fingers. 4, 1, 3, 2. Hold on. What were we doing? Okay. 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 Moving on to string 3 with the 4, 1, 3, 2 pattern. 4, 1, 3, 2. 4, 1, 3, 2. 4, 1, 3, 2. 4, 1, 3, 2. Okay. Now string 2 with the 4, 1, 3, 2 pattern on the single string spider climbs. Again, that is on string 2, fingers 4, 1, 3, 2. Slide a fret 4, 1, 3, 2. 1, 3, 2. Slide a fret 4, 1, 3, 2. Slide a fret 4, 1, 3, 2. Slide a fret. And then lastly, the first string. Again, with the 4-1-3-2 pattern. Then slide a half step. Slide a half step. Again, just doing these various combinations, these various patterns to build that control with our fingers, that timing with our fingers, that understanding that these frets are thicker and these frets are thinner. Just all of that stuff, this repetition. Again, that's why I'm practicing just fundamental things right now. I'm not super focused on playing songs right now. If I learn one here or there, or a little bit of part of a song or what have you, or if a song is super simple and it's like the same 1 or 2 or 3 chords all the way through, I can do it. But right now I'm not worried about playing other people's art. I'm worried about just bonding with this thing, right? It's like, I don't know, what analogy could I use? Basketball. Let's use basketball. Most people know, that sport. It's like learning how to dribble before going out and hopping on a 5-on-5, 5-versus-5, basketball game, right? I need to learn how to dribble first. I need to learn how to do a very, very basic single string spider climb with 1, 2, 3, 4 pattern, and then a half step shift. I need to learn simple stuff before I get out on the court, right? I don't have to be a master at this. I don't have to be the best dribbler, ever, like the professor or something from the N1 team or Steph Curry from the NBA. Like, I don't have to be the best before I can step on the court or before I can, start actually playing songs. But no, I need to, learn some simple stuff first, crawl first, right? Learn certain aspects of guitaring and how to move around and how to bond with it. It's like bonding with the basketball, right? So that way it doesn't get stolen from you easily. Yeah, it's one thing to dribble like this and smashing the ball down using a full open hand like this and just kind of smashing it down. But then it's another thing when you have a defender and you need to, kind of squat low and use your body to protect the ball and move the ball in kind of different directions and things like that. So I'm just trying to use these finger patterns, various finger patterns to kind of, switch things up, confuse the brain. Not every song is going to use the same pattern, obviously, right? So just trying to get these fingers comfortable doing different things and getting my mind and my body and my fingers in sync to do things, all at the same time when I'm asking them to. These fingers to be doing one thing and these fingers to be doing a different thing, but simultaneously, So all this repetition helps with all of that. So again, we've got a little bit more time here before we need to transition into the bending. So let's pick another pattern. I don't know. Do you have one? Let's go with the, I don't know, 4-4-3-1-2. Almost in a straight line, but not quite. 4-3-1-2. Okay, and then on the 5th string, again, the pattern to start is 4, 3, 1, 2. 4, 3, 1, 2. 4, 3, 1, 2. 4, 3, 1, 2. String 4 now. Again, the pattern 4, 3, 1, 2. 4, 3, 1, 2. 4, 3, 1, 2. Four, three, one, two, 4, 3, 1, 2. All right. Just real quick before I get into the next section, I just want to mention that the all of these workouts that I do, if you check the pinned comment section below the video, there's always a little description there. I know with these live videos, I can't really do lots of animations and pop-ups of words and pop-ups of graphs and, all those cool things. But if you check the pinned comment section below, you can see a little description that I type in there just to kind of show the layout of the exercises that I'm doing for the day and to give a little, more words and other descriptions about the exercise. So again, make sure you check out that pinned comment below. Also, just real quick, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. It makes it easy to find my content in the future. You can figure out, what day am I on? How far have I gotten? You can also find my content easier, so that way you can come back, you can continue being inspired, and you can continue learning little tips and exercises and things like that I'm displaying here for everyone. So please make sure you subscribe, comment below to let me know how I'm doing, to give some feedback, and to get a community of like mind speaking. Also, hit that like button just to help a friend out. That is always greatly appreciated when somebody does those 3 things for me. Please and thank you in advance. But anyways, back into why we're really here, and that's this guitar. So now we're actually going to transition slightly into some bending exercises. So with the bending exercises, it's an ear training exercise, really, rather than a physical. It is a physical exercise for sure. You're bending the string actually physically with your hands, so it is a physical exercise. But you're listening. You're really listening, because remember, with bends, you're bending a half step up at a time. So, for example, let's say on the 7th fret, high E string. This is a B note on the 7th fret. This is a C note on the 8th fret. If you go back to the 7th fret, that B note, you bend it a little bit. You can bend that B up into that C. If you really press hard enough and you bend really, really, really far, you can bend that B into a C sharp, or you can bend that B into a D. The harder you bend, the more you bend the string, the more steps it's going to go up. It's going to go up, a half step, a whole step and a half, 2 steps, and all of those variations, right? Because it's analog. It's hitting every little spot in between. So that's why bends sound really cool. But basically, since this is an ear exercise, what we're doing is we're fretting, the 8th fret, getting that sound, and then going back to the 7th fret and trying to bend and find that sound. So you just got to play around with that bend action and that sound and just kind of listen in. Okay, am I playing it and it's sounding right? Or no, a little bit more bend, a little less bend. You just kind of have to play and listen. And that's why for a YouTube video, it can be really annoying or whatever, and someone might click off. But no, keep watching, keep paying attention. What I'm getting at here. So again, let's go down here to the pinky on the 9th fret, that C sharp. Okay, let's do a whole step. So keep on playing with that. Keep training that ear. Just keep moving around the fretboard if you want, so the sounds don't get so monotonous and start bleeding your ear. Yeah, just kind of slide around. Now my pinky is on the 8th fret. Okay. Alrighty. Just keep playing around with that. You can do it on whatever string you want, whatever frets you want, but just try to play around. Try to understand, okay, how do I make a half step bend? And it's going to be different on each string, and it's going to be different how far you go up. So it's really, really, really hard to calibrate, your hand and your mind and, everything together. So be calm, be patient, be kind to yourself, and just keep working at it, 30 minutes a day, hour a day, If you can do more, great. If you can't, at least get in that 30 minutes, Don't tell yourself, do a psychological trick on yourself. That's something I learned about with my Portuguese. I'm trying to teach myself Portuguese as well. And, I don't sit there and tell yourself, oh, I got to practice an hour a day. No, just tell yourself that you're going to practice for 15 minutes. And if and when that 15 minutes boils over into 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe eventually even an hour, great. But tell yourself that, I just need 15 minutes. I need to, open up the app for 15 minutes and do, at least one practice exercise of Portuguese. Well, then it might turn into 2 or 3, right? Pick up the guitar, just tell yourself, I need to run through the pentatonic scale just one time. Okay, well, do that. And then maybe if you run through the pentatonic scale one time, maybe certain times you have to be done. There's other things to do in life, and I get that. But maybe other times you pick it up and you run through that pentatonic scale, and then maybe you run through that pentatonic scale a second time, or maybe you branch off and you practice some other things. And then that 15 minutes that you really needed, it actually turns out to be like 25, 35, 45 minutes. So again, just play that psychological trick on yourself if you have to. Don't tell yourself that you need an hour. You have to block out this hour. No, tell yourself 15 minutes, and then if it bleeds over into 25, 30 minutes, who cares? If it gets, that time gets larger and larger as time goes on, then great, right? But trick yourself if you have to. All right, so I'm going to play around on the second string this time. Here's an A note, a B string. So that's a strategy I'm liking to do. So you're plucking it 4 times, 2 on with the pinky, or whichever finger really, 2 with a bass note, and then 2 with a bend trying to match that bass note. Right? So back here on this pinky on the 2nd string, 10th fret, which is an A note. So I'm going to play that twice, and then try to bend this and find it, play it twice. And slide a half step and do it again. Play it twice, try to match it. So in your ear, all 4 notes that you play should sound the exact same. If 1 or 2 of them sound different, then you know your bend's not right, right? So it's a way you can practice. You can do it at 6 notes, 8 notes, but it would probably be better off if it was an even pattern, so that way your ear's getting trained. Okay, I just heard 2 of those, now I need to hear the exact same. Or 3 of those, now I need to hear the exact same. All right, and just a little rule of thumb on the bending direction of all of these strings, all 6 of them. Rule of thumb, obviously you can bend them whichever directions you would like, but sometimes they could fall off the neck of the guitar. So just a little rule of thumb, strings 1, 2, and 3 get bent this direction, get bent this direction, strings 1, 2, and 3, and strings 4, 5, and 6 get bent this direction, right? Because if you want to bend string 6 and you want to bend it this direction, it's going to fall off the fretboard. Same with the high E string. If you bend it this direction, it's going to fall off the fretboard. So it's kind of like the top 3 strings. These 3 strings get bent this direction, and the bottom 3 strings get bent this direction. So it's like everything's kind of getting squeezed towards the middle, basically. So let's practice that a little bit more. Let's go down here to the high E string, pinky on the 12th fret, E note. go to the third string. Again, just playing 4 notes, 6 notes, however you want to do it, but playing a couple notes and then trying to bend and match that note. Play a couple notes, bend to match that note. Right now, I'm only working on half step bends. But if you want to do whole step, 1.5 step, have at it. But right now, I'm just trying to train my ear one thing at a time, right? Right? Let's just get to half steps. And I'm doing it on each of the different strings, so that way I can start, calibrating and getting that muscle memory understood of, how much do I have to bend, in the different spots on the neck. All right. Again, I know this bending stuff is, not too pleasant to tune in on, but hopefully something I'm saying is something that you can take away from. Again, when you're trying to bend, you're always bending, a note that is sharper. So it's going to be a note that's that direction, right? So if you're playing this C, back up to this B and bend it to C. You could not take this C and go this direction to the C sharp and bend it to a C. You could not do that. You'd have to bend it way up here, maybe if there was this much space, and a way to bend it this far, you'd have to bend it so far. So no, you go back a step, you go lower. Then you bend it, and it matches. So, and if you bend down or up, it doesn't matter. It's gonna make the same sound. I was always curious, like, okay, well, if you bend, let's just do this. If you bend to the outside, will it make one sound? And then if you bend towards the inside, will it make a different sound? No, it makes the same sound no matter if you bend to the outside of the neck or to the inside of the neck. It doesn't really matter. It makes the same sound. It only matters on how much you bend it. It doesn't matter the direction that you bend it. It just matters how much you bend it, either direction. So, yeah. Now I'm gonna continue playing around here on this fourth string. Let's play around a little bit on the second string. Make sure these trailing fingers are down also. When I first started doing these bends and things, I was leaving these fingers flying away from the other strings, and I was doing all of the bending with only one finger, no support at all. Got quite hard. Figured out that was the wrong technique. You want to have those trailing fingers, the trailing fingers, down on the strings whenever possible for support. Sometimes you need them there for nothing at all, but a lot of the times you might need them there to mute. You might need them there to bend. You might need them there, for something. So it's better to have them close and on the strings versus flying away. So try to practice keeping these trailing fingers down. All right, now let's play around on the sixth string, right? You want to play around on all six strings, strings 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you want to play, trying to do some bends here, trying to do some bends here, trying to do some bends here, trying to do some bends here. Really bending on frets 1, kind of pointless. I don't think it's going to work. The string's too tight. String 2, You can bend a half step on string 2. String 3, you can probably start getting into the whole steps. But yeah, you just want to practice on each string, and you want to practice on various spots on the neck as well, because that tension is different. So you want to get good with practicing how to bend strings 1, 2, and 3 kind of into the middle of the neck, kind of this direction, and how to pull strings 6, 5, and 4 kind of down into the middle of the neck, going this direction. So again, on the low E string, pulling those strings, pushing those strings causes muscles in the arms and things like that to fire that you're not used to firing. Even if you're used to working out and stuff. That's the thing about being in shape. There is no shape that is just great at every athletic sport or every instrument, right? Just because you're good at running doesn't mean you're good at basketball. Just because you're good at basketball doesn't mean you're good at MMA. Just because you're good at MMA doesn't mean you're good at ice hockey, right? So when I'm using these muscles and I'm pushing the strings or I'm pulling the strings, I'm getting muscles to fire that I'm not used to yet because I haven't really addressed bending a whole lot. I mean, check back at some previous videos. I've got like 1 or 2 other videos up. So it's interesting. Just trying to match the note. All right, just keep practicing around with that bending, right? These 3 strings go this direction. These 3 strings go this direction. So just rule of thumb, not always the case, but that's going to be a wrap for today's hour practice session. Again, this is day 61. So thank you all so much for joining. That's a wrap on the spider exercise, the single string spider exercises, that is, and bending exercises. So again, thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do so really quickly so that way it's easy to find me again in the future. Also, comment below to get a community of like-minded speaking, and also hit that like button just to help a friend out. That's always greatly appreciated. Also, you can watch these floating videos on the screen now to continue watching my content and supporting your boy, Jaw Life. I appreciate that so much. This video here is the entire catalog, and this is the subsequent video in the series. So be sure to support and click on one of those. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. I love you. Peace out. Peace.